Okay, we're reading in Isaiah chapter 8. Assyria, the Lord's instrument. The Lord said to me, that is Isaiah, take a large scroll and write on it with an ordinary pen. Remember, this was probably coming down in Greek or Arabic because much of this stuff was not even translated into English until many, many centuries later. All right. And I will call in. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me get back on where I was. The Lord said to me, take a large scroll and write on it with an ordinary pen. Mahir Shalal Hashbaz. And I will call in Uriah the priest and Zechariah, son of Jeberechiah, as reliable witnesses for me. The Lord let everything be established in the mouth of two witnesses. Then I went to the prophetess, and she conceived and gave birth to a son. And the Lord said to me, name him Mahar Sha'el Hashbaz, the same words that he told Isaiah to write on a scroll. Before the boy knows how to say, my father or my mother, the wealth of Damascus or Israel, and the plunder of Samaria will be carried off by the king of Assyria. The Lord spoke to me again. So again, as I say, prophets of that time spoke for God and said what God told them to say. And so Isaiah was given a warning to Israel that Assyria would come and destroy them. The Lord was merciful, and he still is. He always sends a word. He sent the word then through his prophets. He sends a word now through his written word, the Holy Scriptures. We have all the prophecy we need in them today, whereas we don't have to rely on men telling us what God said. All right, verse 6. Because this people has rejected the gently flowing waters of Shiloh and rejoices over Rezin and the son of Remaliah, therefore the Lord is about to bring against them the mighty flood waters of the river, the king of Assyria with all his pomp. It will overflow its channels, run over all its banks, and sweep on into Judah, swirling over it, passing through it, and reaching up to the neck. Its outspread wings will cover the breadth of the land of your land, Emmanuel. So the Lord is going to allow Assyria to just destroy Israel. And then looks like there's going to be a period also when Judah will receive the flood waters. But guess what? Sometimes those flood waters come, even today, as a form of judgment, as the form of the Lord's hastening. And when you read his word, you can understand the times and know what those times mean. Okay, let's see. The outspread rings will cover the breadth of your land. O Emmanuel, raise the war cry, you nations, and be shattered. Listen, all you distant lands, prepare for battle and be shattered. Prepare for battle and be shattered. Devise your strategy, but it will be thwarted. Propose your plan, but it will not stand, for God is with us. Now, going back to that word that Judah received from the Lord through his prophet, who he appointed to speak, Isaiah, the word came, and he was able to stand on the sure word of the Lord, knowing that Israel would be scattered and defeated because the Lord is no shorter than his word. And you might ask, well, how can I hear from God? You hear from God through his word. His word is truth, and his word is complete, nothing to be added or taken away from it. So therefore, trust the word of God, especially today, because after the cross, we're not requiring a sign like the Jews. But guess what? We have to simply believe and trust in this word of God that he preserved throughout centuries to give to us. So we have to trust his word over men, signs, and wonders, because in the last days, Satan is going to come working with signs and wonders. And if you're taught and trained to depend on signs and wonders, you will be one of the ones that will flock to Satan and the Antichrist when they come and do their thing. So trust the word of God over what you see. Walk by faith and not by sight. Let the Lord add a blessing to the hearing, doing, and reading of his word.